What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I am your host, Huck. Welcome to the Morning Mug, where we talk about all kinds of cool stuff, new releases, box office, movie news, and all that good stuff. And we toss in a little this versus that near the end of the show. That's been a big hit. Thanks for having those. Now, have those ready today. We're going to have you put them in the comments as we go along, but wait until we get there so I don't forget about them, because if you put them in now, they'll be long gone by the time we get there. But oh my goodness, that's how we look, how we sound. I'm not gonna lie, I almost couldn't even get on right at 8. I'm having technical issues. I actually turned the Wi-Fi off, plugged a direct line in, so hopefully that's even better and solves all of our problems. But StreamYard itself is also acting very poor. Ain't that right, Bob? Oh, Bob, he's weeping in the corner because he's worried about today. But I am confident we shall have an extremely good show. You know the drill, y'all. Grab a drink, grab a snack. Bob, wake up, hit the button, because, oh my goodness, it is time. Oh, wait, it's already happened. Is this it? Yeah. For the Morning Mug, let's go. Let's try this. Huh? Hang on, it's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. My friends, welcome back to the Morning Mug. Now let's chat. Oh, that was brutal. See how bad that was? I mean, was that as bad for you? Like, it was wildly out of sync. It didn't queue up on time. Like, I hit the button. It literally took about 10 seconds for it to go to you. That's what's happening this morning. So I had some other videos loaded too, like when we get into what's Sue going to get and the closing things. They have all since been removed. So we're just going to smile and talk our way through everything, because we're not going to be able to pull up any more graphics, I'm guessing, aside from maybe just the stills. Rolling in videos is going to be a problem today. Thank you, StreamYard, for sucking. But you know who doesn't suck? You guys, because you're my favorite audience, the coolest audience ever. Now, before we get to you, let's post it up. Bob, hit the button for it. Can we get the Morning Mug? Oh, that was, can we get the, yeah. Oh, there we go. And can we like, excellent. All right. See, the built-in stuff works fine when you want to bring in your own stuff. Just going to say, y'all, the time is ticking on this program. I just need spare time to work on like Restream or some other program so I can ditch this thing. Am I right? Am I right? Heck yeah. All right. Let's get to the old chats. How do we look out? His hair look all right? Do I need a hat today? I didn't get a chance to do nothing. The hair's all looking all Conan O'Brien today. All right, let's get in here. Yeah, of course, Dave's here. Welcome, Dave. Wow, 475 back in tax returns. That'd be cool, right? Because then you get that PS5. But if you don't, you're gonna snag movies and a new shelf. That's money well spent. Yes, I heard that Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt were in an AI video. I saw the AI and it looked good. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but AI is doing it again. They're doing their thing where they're taking likenesses, and I mean, we've been doing it constantly, but I think it's probably been harmless stuff. Like people making fake trailers, or the AI Avengers from the 80s, or, those things are all over the place and no one's complained yet. But there's a fight sequence between Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, and it looks like, circa 2013. So they're both a little bit in that prime 40-ish age bracket and look really good. And it's even got little ticks down, like Tom Cruise, how he turns his head sometimes when he's talking or fighting. That's in there. And Brad Pitt, kind of with gets his little, underbite going. When they have all the nuances in the facial expressions. So that's what's getting everybody up in arms. And you can't be doing that, man. That's the whole, see that you're infringing on people's rights as artists to do their job. And when you do things like this, first of all, that's what the whole actors strike was all about, was about AI and not allowing this thing to happen. Now, these people aren't profiting off of it. If you were to make a movie and charge admission, now you have something. But I mean, to just sort of show it for free on YouTube, you could still be irking some very high up people that want to make an example of you, but you're not really making money yet. So I think they could always just pull it down and go, sorry, we were just trying to show how cool our AI was. But yeah, I mean, when you go after some of the arguably two biggest actors in working today, Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, like if you'd have like gone after some lower actors who would love to see themselves fight, like John Goodman fighting, Tim Allen, or I don't know, I think they would have not worried. But yeah, can't go after Cruise and Pitt, man. I haven't just checked out Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Nope, I haven't seen that yet. No, because I'm also still watching. I have to watch a certain amount of shows and movies for the SAG Awards, aka the Actor Awards, because I'm a part of that committee. So anything sort of outside of that, I just don't have time for, unless it's going out to movies in the theater. But as far as TV goes, all my TV watching is stuff, for those awards. Like if you haven't seen Adolescence, amazing performances in that show. White Lotus, like all these things. Pluribus, I gotta check all these things out. And contain only 6 episodes, 30 minutes. Yeah. All right, Mr. Moody's here. Big howdy. What's up? Hey. Get some hey Dave. We got Movie Hunters in there. What's going on, Movie Hunter? Okay, also keeping an eye on work. We're getting dinged on both sides of me right now. It's like it's only 8:00. Come on, people. I don't work until after 9. But we'll try to be, maybe we'll make it a slightly quicker one. Started a new job this week, so I don't know if I have as much flexibility to go till 9:30 like I did with the last one. Got to feel this one out, so we'll probably shoot for 9:00 today. So get all those likes in, y'all. Likes and subscribes. Go. Because, we only got 1 hour. Let's see how much you can do. Your mission. Should you choose to accept it? You look good. Sound good. Well, thank you very much. Hi, Steve. Candace is here. Good morning. Sounds delicious. Oh, I like that. Appreciate it. Let's see. Getting some haze there. Saying hi, everyone. It wasn't that bad. Let's see. All right, got your order. Oh no, is delayed for 3 of the 14 steelbooks coming out today. What? The casualties are Cecil Road Revenge, Wrath of Man. Whoa, dang, dude. That's no bueno. That's some good titles, man. What the heck, y'all? Feeling a lot better. Husky took me down. No, Husky took you down. Aw, yes, feel better, man. Just chill. Curl up today with a little drink and some huckster. And hopefully you'll feel better soon. Let's see. Mama Blu-ray in the house. Bonnie. Good day, my darling. Oh, like Corey's back today. What's up, Corey? How's it going, bro? Get over there, check out Corey's channel. Solid dude. You got yourself a luncheon this week. Hoss make pizza in the house. AI is going to start moving really fast. Yep, concern for the future. Nobody's right? I mean, we laid it out for him, Hoss. I mean, come on. It's coming. If a company opens up in a few weeks called Cyberdyne, I'm going to get extremely worried. I'm like, oh, well, there you go. So, it's moving fast. And like I said, there's got to be safeguards in there. You can't impede technology. It is coming. It's already here. Think about it, too. That fight between the fake Cruise and Pitt looks really good. And that's AI at its worst right now. So I can only imagine how good that's going to look in a few more years. I mean, it like I said, it already looks like them fighting. So yeah, but watch out. T1000 is coming. Great stream last night. Go track you. Thanks. So yeah, I look, we fought a good fight. But we did. We went up against kaijus last night on Mega Mike the Movie Man's channel. It was another battle royale of giant monsters fighting Star Trek in the semifinals, getting to the finals. It does feel like Trek has the potential to reach the end. The only problem is, I mean, I guess it's the problem for all the franchises. is if it's all the same players and all the same judges, we only have so much stuff. I mean, I may have a few more things you still haven't seen, but still, I think I'm not sure, but Trek may have to fight one more thing to get to the final bracket on the left side, which I think is the other thing I've been on, which is James Bond. So I think another fight for Trek is against Bond, so I'm fighting against myself. So I will have to be replaced in one of those two. Which one should I bow out of? Of course, I think we know the answer to that. So the winner of that goes on to fight Freddy versus Jason or something like that. But that was a fun one, y'all. Go check it out over on Mega Mike the Movie Man channel. It was super fun. It was way less heated, which I like. In fact, I promised myself to just sit back and relax and watch the mayhem. And if you watch me like all night, I'm kind of like this. like even when people are going at it, I'm just like, guys, you can stop. I think the judges have made their decisions. And like Mike and Ben and Nate and Ryan, everybody's just going crazy. I'm just like, I'm not doing that tonight. I had a couple of times where I stepped in just to make sure people were clear that Star Trek was better. But overall, like there's no veins popping on my head like the last one I did. So yeah, I've promised myself. If I keep doing those, I got to just sit back and let it go. If Trek loses, that's cool. It won't be because I didn't do my best. But yeah. Corey, what's going on? Everybody's getting their haze in. As they should. Hisham is here. Look. Peace be upon you and you, my friend. I'm good. Tony's here. What's up, Tony? Tony. Buddy, what's new? What's good? You guys going out shopping? We'll go over some of the new releases here shortly. Like I said, StreamYard is sucking, so I have no more B-roll I can roll in to make it beautiful, but I can share graphics, which is at least a bonus. But yeah, Tony, what you going for? What you smelling? Well, look, somebody just team me up and we'll go to the new releases whenever you want. We're at 11 likes, not too shabby. Well, Candace says, you're watching my so-called Life, Outlander, and Vikings. Nice. Those sound like all good shows. Let's see. I saw you post that, bud. DC Speed Racer went up for pre-order on Groove yesterday. It's already sold out. Yes, I did. I saw you put that up. I was like, wow. I'm just convinced, dude. Like, things keep selling out like that way too fast. It just says to me they're not really making enough. While it is sort of like a nice time to be collecting because you get a lot of things out on 4K, and if you wait for deals, you get great deals on the 4K 3 for $33. Or recently, Amazon had buy one get one 50% off. Which, by the way, it's not next to me. Rats. I think I told you, Dave. Like I wanted Hawkeye, the series. That was literally one of my 3 favorite series, Marvel series on Disney, and it was part of the deal. And so I had that and something else in the cart. And then I just waited until later in the afternoon. They took it out of the deal. And so it's weird because there was another deal that says if you buy 2 things of similarity, you could get the one 50% off, but it wasn't the same thing. But there was no list. Like when you click the terms button, there is no list. So you have to just hunt around. It was a completely separate thing because it was removed. So I'm like, well, I just won't get it at this point. And then just before the whole deal ended, they brought it back. So I found that and something else. In fact, Dave, it was your X-Men trilogy on 4K that got me to go look again. And that was still there. So I got X-Men on 4K and Hawkeye, and they both gave each other that 50% off the second one. So I got both of those for pretty cheap. So I don't know if anybody else took advantage of the buy one, get one 50% off, which isn't a great deal, but it's a good deal, especially for things that aren't always part of any sales, like those steel books from the Marvel shows. I never see those on sale. So to get it in the 30s, I got it for $35. That's a win, y'all. W. So there you go. But yeah, man. Bummer deal on that Speed Racer. Hey, your mama blue, Cyberdyne, right? Oh, my food delivery. What is up? That's Easy here, hey, Huck. The entire history of cinema about to be erased forever, and you can make your own 3-movie physical media box set as the final surviving remnants. Well, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I guess for me, like history of cinema, that's a tough call, because then you've got to do we've just had over 100 years of it. It's hard to pick 3 things. So for me, I would just pick 3 things I want to see over and over again. So it'd be like Back to the Future, Rocky, and Raiders of the Lost Ark, or maybe even Superman the movie. Those are amongst my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Obviously, if you're a historian, you're probably going to grab things like The Godfather. I would say forget Casablanca. Actually, do Wizard of Oz. Came out the same year. Wizard of Oz was a flop, but it's become a much more treasured piece of history. I think people mention Casablanca as a classic, but Wizard of Oz has become more of a classic. So you got to toss that in there. So what do you got? 1, 2, and then I don't know what's, maybe like a classic Universal monster, like the original Frankenstein or something like that. It's tough. Like 3. There you go, though. There's off the top of my head. Cinematic dependency. Greetings. Welcome. Everyone needs to go see Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. You're doing a disservice to yourself. You're not seeing it in theaters. Be better. Go see Nirvana. All right. And what is the name? Is it just Nirvana in concert? Let us know the name of that, because sometimes bands put out and it's got like a title to it. I don't know if I have that around here. I dig me some Nirvana though. Hey, Tony. 13 likes, not bad. 17 minutes in. Hopefully we get to that 20 quick, because we have to cut it. The tech people are just pushing AI as far as possible. They can go. Gotta love the rest of us. Get to deal with whatever it means for our future. Entirety of 10 years. I know. What's coming is coming. We just got to be on board or get off. Whatever. I don't know. Hey, Candace. It says, I remember one time I watched BSB tickets. All sounds out. Same thing with Ola Nothing John. Let's see. Glad I was able to help. Yeah, man. Look, sometimes just passing deals on to one another, we get what we're looking for. You got to meet the Fockers. Cool. Hello, welcome, Nikki. We got us another queen in the house, Bonnie and Nikki. Welcome, ladies. Appreciate y'all always. Tony, it's all right. I'm going for dude. I'm with you. I think we're gonna have to jump to the new releases right now. I'm gonna go for Predator, a couple others this week. I got them coming in the mail because I don't trust Walmart. I get you, man. To hang out a bit. Oh, that's nice. Just go out and do a thing. Cool. All right, let's do it, man. Given time, like you've set us up, but now, again, since I can't share a video, okay, we're gonna take a swing. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to share the screen, but let's try it. All right. Good luck, Bob. Let's go. If it happens, it happens. If not, I'll just have to tell you what the deals are. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. It's glitching like it wants to do it. I think it's going to do it. My screen literally shifted. There it is. Oh my Lord. See how long that took? All that talking. That was how long the delay was. Whew. It is not looking pretty today. I don't know what is going on. All right, here we go, y'all. This is what is happening out there right now. We got some sweet looking steel books and 4Ks. This is a good week, the 17th. Look at that. Ben-Hur. Got your nice steelbook and 4K. Take your pick. Both look cool. I do think that steelbook looks pretty ding dang good, Tony. Go get that thing. Predator Badlands. Say what you will. I love that movie. I had a great time. Thought it was a great sci-fi adventure film with our boy, what's his name? Jakku. I forget. But there it is, Predator Badlands. You got Jake Gyllenhaal's Nightcrawler coming out, All the President's Men, A Beautiful Mind. there's the steelbook of Badlands. That's interesting. I don't know if I love the steelbook more than the 4K cover. I kind of dig the 4K cover, but like you said, Tony, yeah, you get very little at Walmart these days. So, the sequel to Sisu, The Road to Revenge. There it is. Look at that steelbook, double impact in 4K, double impact, double the resolution. Let's go. Chopsaki. I love me some double impact, man. Double the Van damage. That's right. I said it. You got your Visitor from Arrow. A lot of big Arrow things coming out right after the sale, right? With Excalibur, now Visitor. There's going to be a whole bunch of other things. So, oh, yeah. I didn't pick up Excalibur. It's, full price. So I'm going to wait. I might miss out, but we'll see. Van Damme's knockoff, Small Soldiers. It's very cool. I know who's a Small Soldiers fan out there. I didn't quite grow up on this one. I wouldn't say I'm a all-in guy on Small Soldiers, but I remember liking it, and it was fun. Had Phil Hartman in it. Pretty good. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. That was really good. I saw that in the theater at the last year. Rental Family, second favorite movie of last year. Just getting a Blu-ray only, very similar to what like Abigail when it first came out, and Heart Eyes, that's only been on Blu-ray. Saturday Night, like all these films are just getting just a Blu-ray, which is fine, but that means they also keep that Blu-ray at like the $25 mark. Like Blu-rays need to be like after a couple of weeks go on sale for $20 or less. But if they're only on Blu-ray, they don't go that low. You have to really wait it out. Like it wasn't until 3 weeks ago or whatever, maybe even 2 weeks ago, Heart Eyes finally went under the $20 mark to $16. I bought it. But it took a year sitting in my wish list of Amazon for it to get under $20. It just didn't drop that low. So use those wish lists in your Amazon, y'all. That's how you can mine your titles, your favorite titles. You just, before you go to bed at night, pull up your wish list, scroll through it. And if you see that it's now posted lower than what you, go in the comments and you write down how much you put it in at. So if it's $25.95, put $25.95 in the comments part of your wish list. And then suddenly when it's $21, you'll see that it went down, and then you adjust the price until it reaches the point you like it. That's what I do, y'all. But let's keep going. We got your Cloud, something called the Eclipse series. Don't know that, but it's a Criterion. It's Lubitsch's Musicals. Five Nights at Freddy's Do. Get your 4K. It's out. I saw it. It's okay. I pretty much liked it as much as I liked the first one. Dexter Resurrection. Is it the complete first season? A New Death Stalker, 4K. Again, there's your Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Regular 4K. Scream 4K Steelbook. Love that. Five Nights at Freddy's Steelbook. Go get it, Tony. Go get that Steelbook. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Is that also a Steelbook? Wow. Man, you are not kidding, Tony. It is like Steelbook heaven today. Another Badlands on Blu-ray. Also a kick-ass cover. See, I love that they did that. Let's go back and look at this. So Badlands gave you this for the Blu-ray cover. And this here for the Steelbook, and this for the 4K. Thank you for giving us 3 different covers. Gotta applaud that. Bravo. You got your Doors Steelbook, Dead Silence Steelbook. My God, look at all these things. Song Sung Blues coming out. Is that Steelbook too? That was an excellent movie, y'all. If you have not seen it, it was so good. Kate Hudson is fantastic. I know she snuck into the Best Actress category. I would have picked her. She was my pick to win until I actually saw Hamnet. And what can I say? Jessie, oh my God, Jessie Buckley in Hamnet is it's a performance in a class all by itself. It's just crazy good. Mean Girls on 4K. I know we've had that on 4K before, but there's your Wrath of Man Steelbook that you guys are waiting on. Boo, on those delays, man. What's up with all the delays? Sisu Road to Revenge. There you go. Brotherhood of the Wolf 4K. Also looks like a Steelbook. Add that to the cart. Broadway on the big screen. Nice little 4-pack from Warner. 4-pack, 6-pack. Wow, it's a 6-pack movies from Warner Archive. Space Adventure Cobra. What is this? Oh, it's an anime thing. Another anime. Cliff in Color. Don't even know what that is, but there's 3 movies of Cliff called The Young Ones, Summer Holiday, and Wicked Life, Westfield Life. It's I can't tell. It's so small. What else we got? Scarlet Warning, Flesh and Blood. All right, now we're just getting to the scan past the modes. You get a Fred Astaire 4-pack from the Warner Archive. Now I'm just scanning y'all. If you see something you like, shout out. There's Regretting You. Love the cast in that. Let's keep going. Another Trick or Treat in 4K. I guess that's another release. Maybe there's no goodies inside. Another Van Damme movie. So we got 3 Van Dammes on 4K today. You got a Spencer Tracy 4-pack. There's a lot of stuff out today. Oh, man, it is packed. Can't even keep up. What else we got? Godfather Steelbook. That looks like a re-release of the one they had out earlier. Because I know when those came out a few years ago, those were the covers. So I guess that's a re-release. Although I don't recall the black border on the first release. That maybe that's what makes this a new version. Oh, that's kind of cool. If you haven't picked up any Five Nights at Freddy's, they're putting them in a 2-pack for you. And there's something I've never heard of, Party Patrol, and there's 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. Why do the covers look exactly the same? Only everyone's just in different positions. Yeah, the covers just look exactly the same. All right. There you go. What a loaded day, y'all. All right. Put in the comments if you were to go out and snag something today, or maybe you've already pre-ordered. Let me know what you ordered. For me, what I would go for, number 1 is Badlands. 2 is Ben-Hur. Yeah, I think I would enjoy to see. I haven't seen that in a long time, so checking that on 4K would be good. Beautiful Mind is a great movie. Love me some Double Impact. I'm fine with my Blu-ray though. Like if I didn't have the Blu-ray, I'd get the Double Impact 4K, but I don't know if I need that. And of course, Rental Family, because that was my second favorite of the year. So what about you guys, man? What's on this list? All right, so there you go. Song Sung Blue. At some point, if that goes on sale, I'll probably pick that up. But good stuff. Oh, all right, Bob, we did it. It let us go to a tab without losing it. So, all right, that's it. That's what's out there, my friends. That's a lot. That is a big release day. Let's see. Nope, Wizard of Oz is not a classic to me. Well, I mean, that's fine. Actually, can't stand Wizard of Oz. I mean, you can not like it, but it is a classic, you know. And I'm with you on other movies that I'm not, people rave about, and I'm like, but it's still a classic. It just may not be one to you. So, prefer the Wicked movies. All right, Jeff is here. What is up, Jeff? Jeff and Luke. Luke was one of our glorious judges last night. Oh, that was nuts, Luke. That was nuts, right? That was crazy. Like even when like our pitches were done, some of them just kept fighting. I just tried to back out of some of those fights. Just like, I think the judges are ready. I'll tell you what, next one we do, we need to, before we even start, give the judges carte blanche to tell people to stop. We've made our decisions. You know what I mean? Yeah, because sometimes I feel like the 2 sides are really going at it to try to win, which is fine. But I do feel once the players have actually done their pitch and put in their heart to their pitch, I think you've made your choices on that. What, Luke, you tell me, have I guess just you, because you wouldn't know about the other 2 judges, has your decision been swayed at the last second due to someone chiming in after the fact and adding a little something? I do know that Brian asked me to elaborate on something about my Christmas ornament figures. And then I guess that swayed him. He just needed to know something specific, which, see, that's kind of, I like that. I like that the judges ask something so that they can make a decision. I like that instead of everyone just yelling. But yeah, you gotta see it. Hello, my darlings. Caprice, good morning. Watching the mug from the airport. Night, where you going? Where you going, girl? Someplace cool, tropical. Get out of this cold. Go have a good time. Or are you just like going on vacay or what? What do I got here? Lighting in here is terrible. Oh, you see my tribbles behind me? Wait, there's those 2 guys right there. So we got what is it? Brownie and Grayson right there. Those are very clever names, right? All right, 50. They were part of I was on the Star Trek team last night, so they were there rooting me on like they do. 15 likes, pretty good. Yeah. All right. Hoss, you watched What About Bob and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels as well. Got to see the rest of Frank Oz's comedies. Funny stuff. Nice. Now, were any of those your pick for this week's comfort movie? We're going to talk about that in just a minute, as the 52-week movie challenge was all about comfort movies for this week. So we'll talk about that. Smack that like button, y'all. Smack it. Smack attack. Planning to pick up Predator Badlands, Five Nights at Freddy 2, Sisu, Silent. Nice. Dude, that's a good 4-pack. Good on you, man. Good earn ya. Is Wuthering Heights worthy of watching? That is a great question. And I'll just use you as a tee up to go to our box office. But you know what? Let's just do it. I think that's a great segue. And then we can talk about, is it worthy of seeing? Okay. We have to see, first of all, again, if the program's going to let us do it, but let's go for broke, y'all. Let's go for broke. We actually somehow got to share the internet. All right, we'll see. Here goes nothing. Taking a swing here. All right, Bob, hands in the air. See how long it takes. 5. Okay, that was a little quicker. Nice. All right, we're getting lucky. All right, here we go. So for February 13th through the 16th, I went ahead and included the 4-day weekend total, since yesterday was a holiday. And as you can see above my head here, we did way better this week than last week. Last week, of course, up against the Super Bowl, only 55. We basically doubled that, y'all, for this weekend's total for just these 5 movies. This is not even the top 10 total above my head. That is just these 5. And yes, love reigned supreme, just eking out the GOAT, the greatest of all time GOAT, ball-playing GOAT. 38 mil for Wuthering Heights, 35 for GOAT. I was worried because, never underestimate that family movie, but it's not a big IP like Lilo and Stitch or, Moana or anything like that. So original things I notice come in a little low sometimes. But Wuthering Heights, because of maybe the weekend, the Valentine's weekend, it was able to pull it in. We saw Crime 101, my wife and I. That was our Valentine's movie. It made 16.3. It's a good crime thriller. It feels a lot like a Michael Mann movie. In fact, I even said that in my review before I was reading, that people were saying it felt like Heat light, like Heat 2.0, but lighter. And I can kind of see that. Car chases in that are impeccable. It's basically this crime movie about Chris Hemsworth who pulls all these heists off, but he's always very, like, he doesn't kill anyone. He just tries to get in and out nice and clean, leaves no evidence behind. And then, Halle Berry gets involved, and then Mark Ruffalo, he's the cop. He kind of finds out what's going on. And, Kira, was it Barry Keoghan? Yeah. Barry Keoghan is the other thief that tries to get in the way. So it all sort of comes to this head. It is, in fact, both movies, Wuthering Heights and Crime, they're both 2 hours. In fact, I think everything I saw this weekend was 2 hours and 20 minutes. The third movie I saw that sadly did not make the top 5, which I thought was my favorite movie of the weekend, which is Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, starring Michael Pena and who's our boy? The dude from Galaxy Quest, It was fantastic. That movie was nuts. Hold on, I'm drawing a blank, still waking up. But that was the movie that I enjoyed the most this weekend. So Wuthering Heights is interesting because I'm watching a lot of people who read the book just tear this thing a new one. When we went out to dinner, I took my wife out to dinner after I saw this, because we always do our Valentine's dinner not on Valentine's, because when you go out, man, Valentine's night is nuts. So we either go the night before or the night after. So we went the night after, and I told her the plot of Wuthering Heights because she's read the book, and she's like, "Oh, that's different." Like the father was the abusive alcoholic, but that was supposed to be the brother. And I said, "There's no brother in this movie." In fact, Margot even calls Jacob Elordi's character Heathcliff after her brother, and Becky goes, "What? No, her brother's name was Edward. It wasn't even called that." So there's all these little things that, as I kept telling her the story, it was a pretty good departure from the book to an extent, and it ends at a certain point in the book. Like it keeps going from how it ends. So for me, just as a movie, it was fine. I liked it enough. It looked great. It was well acted, well directed. It was fine. But I am a believer that if you read this book, I guess you're going to not like it. Because everything I've read about people that have read that book are pissed. They're unhappy with it. In fact, even when I posted my review, I'm like, if you read the book, tell me in the comments what you thought. And one of my first responses was, this thing was an abysmal movie. I was like, oh, all right. So Hisham, I would say, if you like, and it's, to call it a romance, I mean, I guess you have to, because I mean, the book isn't really supposed to be that. It's about, like, it's I don't even know how you describe it, but anyway, so it's more of a love affair in the movie than it is in the book, because they go all out with the love in this thing. So I would say check it out. I think when I look at Letterboxd, there's a lot of people liking this film, but I feel like the people liking this film are the people who aren't beholden to the book. So, and I gave it 3 stars on Letterboxd, which isn't bad. Anyway, let's finish out the top 5. Send Help, which I loved, also fantastic movie, 10.4 mil. And rounding out the top 5 is Solo Mule with Kevin James. But yeah, there you go, man. So not bad. That's a pretty good top 5. Anybody else see Wuthering Heights this weekend? If so, what did you think? All right, so we're just putting it out there for you. If you're a fan of the book and saw the movie, like, see, that's why my wife avoided the movie. She goes, I want to see Crime 101. I mean, how cool is that? Your wife wants to go see Crime 101 over Wuthering Heights. And you go see it and then tell me how it was. So I like how I had to torture myself. It wasn't that bad. But yeah, anyway, have fun. Good luck. Don't die. Sam Rockwell is the star of that. I'm sure one of you has probably already said that, but Sam Rockwell is the lead. And oh my God, by the way, Sam Rockwell in Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die is unbelievable. He has a diner scene. I haven't seen a diner scene that cool since Pulp Fiction. Don't any of you move, right? I mean, this movie was fun. It is bat-ass crazy. It is nuts. But if you're all in for the weird, you're going to like the movie. If you don't like offbeat things, you're going to check out immediately. But for example, if you're a fan of Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that thing was ludicrous, it freaking wins the Academy Award for Best Picture, which I was stoked about. I think you're going to love this movie because it is nuts like that. It's not like that movie, but it's nuts like that movie. So there you go. All right, let's kick on to what's coming out. I picked 3 movies to mention. Third one's kind of a cheat there. So anyway, you got I Can Only Imagine 2, a faith-based film coming out on Friday. Also, Glenn Powell has a new movie called How to Make a Killing. I've seen virtually no advertisement. I think I saw one trailer since this year has started in all the movies, and I've seen at least 2 movies every weekend. And Luke, you see as much as I do. How many trailers have you seen for How to Make a Killing? I think I've seen 1. In fact, when I first saw the poster, I said to myself, I've never heard of this, until I saw Glenn Powell's face and then the 28 billion inheritance, 7 relatives standing in the way. I'm like, okay, that sounds familiar. I have seen a trailer. Like, I had to be reminded just by the text on the poster, I'd actually seen the trailer. And then also coming out, they're going to put out the 2026 Oscar-nominated short films, man. They got the animated and documentary and the live actions. So, look for those in your local cinemas. I don't know if I'm going to get any, but I thought I'd promote that to get you guys to maybe look around and see if you see anything. Okay. All right. So I think because we are shooting for a 1-hour show, I will come back to this or that right at the end of the show. So we're going to go ahead and finish off I call these our graphics topics right now. We'll talk about the 52-week movie challenge, as this week is week number 7, a comfort movie. And I picked The Glorious Comfort of Clue. A absolutely star-studded cast. Let's see if I can just go across this picture and go. Leslie Ann Warren, Martin Mull, Madeline Kahn. Hold on. Come on. I'm having blanks today, y'all. Like, literally, I could do this in my sleep. Michael McKean, thank you. Tim Curry, Christopher Lloyd, and Eileen Brennan. Anyway, and of course, I picked a big picture of Tim Curry as the butler. What is it you do? I buttles. It's so good. This thing is fast paced. It gives you 3 different endings, like you're playing the game Clue. What I love about this 4K though is it gives you the option to randomly pick an ending. Like you won't know which ending it'll be, or you can have it just play all three endings. And when it does all three endings, it has one ending and then it puts up a graphic that says, or it could have ended like this. And then they do two. And then it goes, but it actually ended like this. And then it shows you the third. So really, it's any of those three endings is the ending of the film. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. But there you go. I gave it 4 stars. I think the cast is absolutely stupendous. I mean, look at this comedy pedigree here. It's just fantastic. And it's funny because I read somewhere that Leslie Ann Warren, that was supposed to be Carrie Fisher, was going to be in that role. But, you know, I think Carrie was going into rehab and couldn't do it. And Leslie Ann stepped in. And, man, she's fantastic. It's hard to even picture Carrie in the role. My brain goes, oh, I would love to have seen Carrie Fisher in that role. But Leslie is so good in the role, you know, I don't miss Carrie. So there you go, man. Have you seen Clue? If so, what did you think? I just think it's hysterical. It's one of my comfort films. It was either between that, Galaxy Quest, Back to the Future, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Those are all some of those sort of comfort movies for me. I've seen them all time and time again. Have a good time every single time. Yeah, all good, man. So there it was. That was my comfort movie of the week, was Clue. Now coming up next week is starring Courtney Cox. And if you're a big fan like me, hold on, let me just get rid of the banner for a second so you can see. It is Courtney with 2 E's, by the way. Every time I see somebody put Courtney Cox and get her name wrong, it always irks me because I'm such a fan to that lady. I love me some Courtney Cox. She was my favorite Friends. Love it, love it. So anyway, week number 8 is starring Courtney Cox. I did that on purpose because next weekend, well, also when I planned out this stuff, so that means it starts on Sunday, and that should roll into the weekend for Scream 7. So that's why that was timed that way. I don't know if they moved it back a week. A lot of things that I put on my 52-week movie challenge got moved. I think this one was supposed to be this week, and it got pushed one more week. A movie that I picked for April 10th, when I was looking through the calendar before the end of the year, was Ready or Not 2 was going to drop on April 10th, which is a Friday, which is my birthday. So I said, watch a movie that was released on your birthday. They have since moved that movie back 2 weeks. So several things are affected. So that's kind of a bummer. I wish it was still where it was supposed to be, because then you could start seeing Scream 7 this weekend. But that is not its release date. So let me tell you. I'll just tell you its release date. So on the 27th, it got pushed to week 2. Yeah, so it'll be on next weekend. So you'll still be able to watch Courtney Cox movies into next week. So it'll be tough. I feel like to tell you one though for next week's Morning Mug, I'll have to watch something else prior to next Friday, because they screwed me up. They took away the greatness that I was planning. So for those who don't do it immediately right away, you can still see Scream 7 at the end of the week. All right, that is it. That is going to do it, y'all. For all of those topics, I hope you dug them. We did it. Take a swig. Cheers. So we'll go to you guys for a few more, and then we'll end it with some this versus that. And we'll see what you guys can throw at me. All right, here we go. We got some haze, bunch of hellos and haze and haze. Oh, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Nikki, morning all. Hey, what is going on? Black Glover Reviews. Good to see you, man. Cool, man. Dig it. Sorry, Black Glove Reviews. So I also can't see right now. What's a movie hunter? Hello, love. Getting some Brits in here, Mr. Ponto. There it is. Luke loves small soldiers. I knew it. We're at 18, almost at 20. You guys can do it. Come on, smack 2 more if you just joined us. Boom. Smack the like for me. It's always good to get at least 20. 25 is always greater. But if we get 20 before the end of the show, that's pretty cool. All right. So Steve says, I'm getting them President's Men and a bunch of other stuff today. Nice. Have a big Amazon order. As well as one from Orbit and Hamilton Book. Nice. I got stuff from Hamilton Book as well. In fact, there's a movie, again, only on Blu-ray, that I've been waiting for it to get below $20 for a whole year. It has not. And that was a movie from last year called, or the year before, called Here. Tom Hanks, directed by Robert Zemeckis. My brain today. Robert Zemeckis. It's just one of the mornings, y'all. It's fantastic. That movie's fantastic. It was on sale for like $5 on Hamilton Book, and I think it's from my Canadian friends up top. I say up there because it has a little bit of the half French, half American, English description on the back. I don't care. I don't care. It's got. I want the movie on Blu-ray. It's the same release. It'll play in my player, and so there you go. So yeah, I'll take the Canadian version for $5-6 over the $25-26 American Blu-ray. Man, you just got to open up your choices, man. Thank you. That's easy. Says, since you have so many movies, what is your way to make sure you don't buy duplicates when out in the wild? Well, excellent question. Let me show you. So I have a collector's app called CLZ Movies. And there it is right there. Try to get there it is. CLZ Movies. That's it right there. So what does it? Oh, jeez. It claims I have 2,832 movies. God. All right. And I know many of those have also gone into the sellback pile, but I still keep it in here. Even though if I get rid of something, I keep it in here to let me know that I at least once owned it. And then if it's not here, that means I no longer want it. What I don't want to do is buy it again and realize, oh, wait, I sold this because I didn't, whatever. But anyway, yeah, so CLZ Movies is what I use. I know a lot of other people use the Blu-ray.com has an app like this, or at least their online thing has a feature. But yeah, I find it super important to have something like this, bud, because I will go out if I'm doing thrift stores or swap meets or something like that. Believe me, with almost 3,000 titles here, I can easily and have, even with the app, bought a movie more than once. Just because it seemed like there was a Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston movie. What is that thing? Like Murder Mystery 1, something like that. Whatever it's called. I think it was on maybe a Netflix original, but it was on Blu-ray. And it's kind of like a nothing title, but when you're swap meeting, it seems like, oh, that's great for $3. I'll get that. And because it was one of those kind of, excuse me, titles, I just forgot that I bought it. So like almost 2 weeks later, I go out and I see that again. I'm like, oh, I've never seen this out in the wild before. So I just bought it again. And I came home and I go to put it on the shelf and there's already one there. I'm like, oh my God. Wow. I mean, like that's how, when you do these videos and you go shopping a lot, that can happen to you so many times. So I just have to trust my app now and just go, okay, even a movie like that, I now need to double check that I don't already have it, because it may feel like I don't because I haven't watched it yet. If I just bought it in a bundle at a swap meet, I'm like, oh, I got these 8 movies. That's easy to forget those 8 movies, especially if I just come home, scan them all in, and then put them on the shelf. It's just easy to forget what those 8 movies were because, I was just out shopping, doing content for the channel, stuff like that. So, oh, nice. You watched it? Yeah, you liked it? Cool, man. It is good. Good performances, way better than I was expecting, for sure. Adrian James is here. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Everyone's excited you're here. Coming on in. You watched the Bruce Springsteen. And both were good. And Song Blue. Cool. Yeah. They're both good. Let's see. The movies I want to get on here are Ben-Hur and All the President's Men, a Beautiful Mind. Nice. Good choices. Predator Badlands is out next week here in the UK. I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's good. I like it. Look, as long as you just like good, sci-fi action adventures, it's great. It is a great one of those. I even think it's a fine Predator movie. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I don't care that they're like, oh, we don't want to know why the Predators do what they do. Why not? It's fine. The only thing that kind of makes me laugh is they've turned the Predators into Klingons. Which I guess has always been that way because they're very much, it's a warrior race. It's all about honor and code. And the whole time they're saying all this in the movie, I'm like, so they're Klingons. In fact, they should just have a Klingon skull in their thing now, just to really dial it home. But I aside from being an obvious, they're taking their race, traits from Klingons, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I thought it was fun. The ending is funny. I won't give it away, but when you see the ending, you're like, yeah, just like that. You're gonna make that noise. Record yourself. I bet you'll do that. So there you go. Rental Family, yeah, Hugh Jackman, yeah, Rental Family, so good. Yep. Oz is a classic. 19, so close, Dave, so close. Hopefully, with that 20, it's supposed to be on the stream last night as a judge. Yeah. I think he had enough people, but he was worried someone else was about to back out. So you were his number one. You were his backup. So thank you for being there, Dave, in case that person was unable to make it. Yeah, there you go. Mainly because some of the choices, were difficult. Yeah, I mean, and that's what I like. I like when there's finally really good choices that make it hard. Sometimes it's tough because people have played what they have so often that it's easy that one thing overshines another. Like that last one, that when I went up with Chris, that was like, honestly, when he showed it, I'm like, I'm gonna have to sell the hell out of what I'm about to show, and cross my fingers that it works. Because even I was like, ooh, that was passionate, and I think it's about the passion behind the pick, not necessarily the pick. And if you can sell that, I think that's what wins. It's where do you come from when picking that choice? And I think that's what really helped our team all night. I mean, it was a pretty good victory. I watched House Party for my comfort watch. Nice. House Party. That's a good one, man. It's a couple times where I decided at the last second. There were some choices that were difficult. Nice. That's cool, man. You did good. The judges were great, man. The judges were awesome. We were watching Super Mario Bros. Nice. Dude, that's such a fun movie. I should have watched mine. I love Minecraft. I don't care what anybody says. Freaking love Minecraft. That's definitely now in my comfort movie because it's just so much fun. So Wuthering Heights, Crime 101, GOAT over the weekend. Didn't like Wuthering Heights, at all, but I really enjoyed GOAT and Crime. So you also saw 3. So you didn't see Have Fun, Good Luck, Don't Die? I think you're gonna dig that. I hope you're gonna dig that. Yeah, it was, but that was the thing is GOAT was also I was about to literally see the same 3 you saw, but for me, I felt like GOAT's probably going to be around for 2 or 3 more weeks because it's a kid movie, and I really feel like Have Fun, Good Luck, Don't Die is gone by next week. Like, just trying to find, it was only in like when I did a triangulation, if you will, of 3 Regals that are all about. One's only 12 minutes away, the other 2 are 30 minutes away. The one 12 minutes away was the only one showing that movie. So that was it. So I feel like if it's not doing well at that theater, it could still be here next week, but only, in the small amounts. Like you see that sometimes a movie's got 2 showings a day, or it's got 1 showing at night at 7:00 all week long. That means that's its last week. Like I think now Zootopia is finally down to like 2 showings a week this week. So unless it's really killing it in those things, it might actually be out of the theater by next week. But yeah, so I hope you are able to see it. I hope you're all able to see that movie because it's wacky, but I liked it. But not anymore. Oh, it's too bad. Michael, what's going on, bud? Good morning. The Star Wars trailer is out. Not yet. I'm talking about for the Grogu, Mandalorian Grogu. Is it any better? Is it any better, Adrian, than all the other stuff? Like the other stuff, it just feels like a trailer for the TV show. Like it doesn't feel like it goes beyond what I expect from the movie yet, and maybe the trailer finally shows it being something greater than that, or maybe it just makes it look like the great TV movie I'm expecting it to be. What's your thoughts, bud? I was thinking Crime 101 was kind of like The Score, in a way. Slow burn heist. It is a slow burn. It is a very slow burn heist. And I think that was the thing. It's like, I really liked it. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. So yeah, it was good, but I also feel like Heat can be a little bit of, people like put Heat on this pedestal, but I think that's also a slow burn movie, but it is a Michael Mann slow burn movie. So I think there's a little bit more greatness to chew on in that. Like I like Collateral even more. I watched that again about 3 weeks ago. That movie's still so good. Cruise, I love Cruise as something different. Little bad guy there, that was great. Yeah. Oh, they don't have it. Oh, is that why you weren't able to go see it, dude? Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. Like it has, of all these movies, it just got, the short end of the stick. That was going to bomb, not make top 5. Yeah, I mean, it was in the top. I think it came out at 7. Now, let me tell you. Let's take a quick look, because I do want to see where it fell. Yeah, it was number 7. It only made 3.6 mil. It's in 1,610 theaters. It's not a lot. And given that it's not in a lot, well, like, let's just put it this way. The movie right under it was still Avatar, Fire and Ash, with 3.4. So Avatar, in its 9th week, almost made more than that movie in its first week. In fact, Avatar, it says here that Avatar held its number from last week almost perfectly. It dropped 0.9% from last week. 0.9, which means it didn't even move. Cameron has the skill to keep that percentage drop to a minimum. So, and it's almost at 400 mil. I feel it's at 396.2. I think by the time it's out of here, it's gonna, if you give it one more week, I think it could push itself over the 400 mil. It's still nowhere near what the other two did. It's never gonna hit the 2 billion, but there you go. But woof, there you go. Oh, there's the Nirvana, by the way. I see it down here now. Earlier we were talking about the Nirvana movie. It's called Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. Oh, that literally is its title. Only made 1.2 mil. So it's only in 365 theaters. So I doubt, unless it's near, it certainly wasn't at one of mine. So if you're a Nirvana fan and it's near you, good luck. Good luck. Have fun. Don't die. It's by Kate Bush, the singer. Did she do a song about Wuthering Heights? If I'm free, sounds good. Just let me know the day and the time. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, because, Muskegs, you never know. It's all over the place. I watched the trailer for Online How to Make a Killing, but haven't gotten it once. I know. It's so weird, right? Yeah, I'll probably go see. I like Glenn Powell. I enjoyed the Running Man remake. I enjoyed Twisters. He was great in Top Gun Maverick, and the comedy with Sydney Sweeney was funny. I enjoyed that. He was hilarious in that, by the way. when he feels the thing crawling up his pants, just rips off all of his clothes and throws him off the cliff, and he's just standing there butt naked. I'm like, yeah, you go, Glenn Powell. Clue, yeah, Clue on DVD. Oh, Michael, check it out. It's so good. So good. The tagline, How to Make a Killing. Sounds like an old British. Oh, and I saw you talking about Kunk on whatever. I hope people watch it, girl, because those are so funny. It's so funny. I saw those last night. We almost watched one of those last night, but I had to see another show for my SAG Awards. So I'm like, all right, we'll put that off to the side, because she got that new Kunk show on. You guys got to see this stuff. It's British humor. It's so funny. This lady, what's her name? I forget her name, but is the last name Kunk? Yeah. Or that's just her character's name? Anyway, she does this hilarious perspective on everything. I watched Air Force One. That is a good comfort movie, man. Clue's a classic. Yeah, it is. One for Ryan Gosling. Yeah. Oh, that was one thing. So they were showing another trailer for Project Hail Mary, and my wife has already said they've given too much away in the trailer. So even though I took her to see Crime 101, the trailer popped up and I just did this, and I looked down for the entire trailer. Now, yes, I could hear things, so that was a giveaway, but I'm done. I'm not watching anything else. And so when it was over, I turned to her and I go, did that give away a lot more again? She goes, yeah, they gave away more stuff in this trailer. I said, okay, I'm done. Yeah, I'm not watching anymore. There's no more trailer. I think I stopped after the first trailer. Yeah, that's the thing is Scream isn't going to come out in time because they pushed it. Trust me, I looked at the dates, but this was back in December, so things easily shift. So I do my best. I can't help it if they change things, because I guarantee Ready or Not Part 2 was on April 10th. I was like, ooh, that's why I specifically put it on my and came up with that idea about the birthday. So I won't do the birthday things anymore. But yeah, Ace Ventura, that's a great choice. 3,000 Miles to Graceland, that's good. Any other Scream movie leading up to it? Like if you want to see Scream 6 to take you into Scream 7, you can do that. For the lovely Miss Courtney Cox. Yeah, Master of the Universe. I've been seeing some trailers for it. I'm pretty hyped for that one. We have to do some this or that pretty quick. I'm going to skip Courtney Cox for now. Watch Scream 7 when it's available to me. Won't be able to get to movies right now. Well, again, the Courtney is just to get people to go see that movie, but you can watch another Courtney movie unless you just, don't want to. But like, that's the thing too. You can replace it with something else. Maybe watch a different Friends movie. Go see a Jennifer Aniston or a Matt LeBlanc movie, something like that. Nice. Other Small Soldier fans. 22, 24. Oh boy, almost at 25. That's awesome, y'all. The one where they were too lazy to move the camera. Talking about here? Yep. Love the posters. Thank you. Yeah, that is the one right there that you can't really see. That's is this thing on? And then over here I have Rental Family. As a matter of fact, I got Rental Family in the background. 25 likes. Bam. All right, y'all. We did it. I've been using CLZ also. Look at you. We're twinsies. What? Oh my goodness, girl. 3,400 titles. Whoa. Yeah, I don't remove mine either. Plus, I want to remember how much I have bought in my lifetime. And I'm sure, look, here's the funny thing. Even though I have this app, I keep forgetting sometimes to scan something in. Like I'll know it's on the shelf and I'm going to look at it right here on my phone real quick. I'm like, where is it? And I look over there. I'm like, pick up the phone. I go in there. I beep it. I'm like, really? I didn't scan this movie? So it still happens. It's not a perfect system, even though you just got to remember, as soon as they come in from the mail or you go buy it out, you got to just sit down, scan it, and then start your day. Otherwise, you will forget. It's a little better than Mando and Grogu trailer. All right. A little better, huh? Don't Die. Didn't get a wide release, mainly because it was picked by a very niche studio. Yeah, it was picked up by Universal. Yeah, I know. See, this is like the last weird kind of movie I saw was Mickey 17. I didn't care for that one. This one clicked. I liked it a lot. All right, 26. You guys are rock stars. Movie fanatics. If I've got what time? Is that tonight? Is that tonight though? You gotta tell me what. Oh, I'm sorry. Again, it says tonight right now. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Oh, I can't do it tonight, y'all, because this job. It's a lot of work at this job. It's more than Wordle. The last one I did was Wordle. Wordle, the app is getting a game show. And I was working on that. So now I'm working on a new food related show about Bobby Flay. And it is kicking me in the dirt. Yeah, I'll probably be working till like 7 o'clock tonight. Rats, man. Sorry, dog. You must have read Kate Bush's Wuthering Heights. It is possible. I have not. Like the singer. That's what I'm saying. Is it the singer, Kate Bush? Like, did she do a movie? Did she act? Did Kate act in a Wuthering Heights movie? Philomena. That's it. Philomena Kunk. Oh my God, y'all. Philomena Kunk. She is to die for. If you've not seen any of her things, oh my God, treat yourself to. Okay, she's so good. She's so good. Like, just go to. It was Netflix, I believe, right? Meredith, I think that's on Netflix. Yep. As I click the thing, you go to Netflix, found all the kunks there. Tell you guys, this is how in sync we are. I can't even see what's on the screen, so I don't even look ahead. But there it is. That's how in tune we are. Fortunately, Courtney has made. I know that's the thing. She's not in a lot of great movies, but she is in all the Scream movies. So if you do want to check out a previous Scream movie, that's good. But yeah, a lot of the Friends actors didn't kill it in the movies. I would say Courtney's probably our best is Ace Ventura. So I might just watch that. Mentioning Psycho Killer. Avoided the trailers at all costs. Project Hail Mary. You gotta do it. Don't look at him, son. Since quite a few people said, dude, Do everything you can. If you're sitting in the theater and one comes on, just cover your ears and go blah 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 blah. And people next to you be like, "Sir, could you stop making that stupid noise?" But seriously, because even hearing it, I'm already I heard spoilers, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to see anything because then I would visually know something is about to come, right? So yeah. All right, y'all. We are going to do a quick this versus that. Now is your time as I bring up the graphic to quickly put in two things to battle each other. It must be two things. This versus that, like Ryan Gosling versus something, or directors battling, or snacks, or foods, or drinks, or be creative. It doesn't have to be, or TV shows or TV characters. And what I'm going to, and maybe put it into perspective, like, because back in when I first started, it was Batman versus Superman. And I took it under the perspective of they're battling each other rather than how they dispense justice. So if you would say Batman versus Superman, but it's how they approach superheroing, that's a different perspective for me to take than the two of them actually battling. And we had Terminator versus RoboCop. I took it as the two of them battling. So if it's a battle like that, but I think that's just action stuff. I think it's natural to have action things fight each other. But if it's more like actors, obviously the actors aren't fighting each other. I think it's perspective. So I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'll just say if they're action characters, I will have them battle. If it's anything else, I will just pick one over the other. All right. So let's get to it. Bob, if you will, slap it up. There it is. This versus that. But let's do it this way. Okay. And full screen. Boom. Okay. Look, why is it like that? Hang on, let's get off of it. Then go back to it. All right. I guess that's going to be it. All right. There we go. All right. First of all, let's see if we got anything over here. Anything ready to go. All right. Okay, y'all. It is now time for another this versus that. First up, we have Legolas versus Green Arrow, two archers. Look, growing up, I was a big DC fan. And we've already had Hawkeye versus Green Arrow. I did that battle already. Picked a winner on that. But this one, although like I says Legolas, I know it's Legolas. Can you imagine Legolas versus Green Arrow? You know what though? Here's the thing. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Legolas takes this one. I love me some Green Arrow, and I love all the trick arrows and stuff like that. But man, Legolas, while he's like surfing on his shield, he's pulling out arrows so fast. Like I haven't even seen, I mean, obviously Green Arrow, we only have like the TV show and the comic books, but I feel like he's just a great archer that can, I don't know if he can load that quickly. I feel like Legolas has the load down like a freaking firecracker, but he just bam, it's out, bam, and it's out. So I feel like as Green Arrow's fishing for okay, where's that bomb? Dead. Right? Because he's trying to find the one arrow that'll take him down. Legolas is just gonna go done. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say that Legolas takes this one. All right, let's see what else we have. All right, next up is Christopher Nolan versus Martin Scorsese. Oh man, so that is a good one. I will say that the filmography for both of these guys is pretty stellar, but I have to go with whose I like more. For me, here's the deal with Scorsese. I gotta find the right Scorseses because some of his movies don't quite hit it for me. However, when I love them, I like Wolf of Wall Street is my favorite of his. I think it's phenomenal. I love it. Goodfellas is obviously great, but I thought things like Killers of the Flower Moon was good, forgettable. After Hours, I thought was overhyped for me. Didn't care for it. So then I move over to Nolan and I look at his filmography, and I really only have one of his movies that just didn't quite land for me, and that's Tenet. I thought that was a mess. It was trying to do too much, but then pretty much everything else, all the Batman movies I like, his Dunkirk. Didn't he do Dunkirk? Am I right in that? Memento, Interstellar, Inception, all these things, of course, Oppenheimer. I feel like his more of his movies resonate and hit with me than Scorsese. So that's how I have to do it. I'm not doing it in the perspective of the film world. That's not fair. It just has to be how I perceive the two filmmakers. So personally, for me, I think Christopher Nolan takes this one. All right. Now we're talking Taco Bell versus Chipotle. I like that we got a little something different here. All right. So Taco Bell, look, in a pinch, when you need like some tacos and some cheap burritos, stuff like that, that's the way to go. However, Chipotle offers up what I feel is a healthier selection. I like going in there and getting a salad bowl with some rice and the veggies and the chicken on top, and you get some pico de gallo in there with some, and you get guacamole and sour cream. You just get more to like decorate your meal with than I think you do at Taco Bell. So if you'd have done more of a Taco Bell versus Del Taco, that'd have been more apples to apples. But Chipotle it's Taco Bell on steroids. So I think Chipotle easily takes the win. That's a good one. Okay. Oh, this is great. I missed this one. Thank you for putting it back. Oh, how dare you? Oh, okay. How dare you? Courtney Cox and Holly Hunter. Did you just dig through my stuff and know that these are like two of my favorite ladies of all time? Oh my God. Yeah, I missed this last week. I apologize, but this is good. Good for this week. All right, so we have Courtney Cox versus Holly Hunter. I love both of these ladies so much. You're killing me here with this one. Oh my gosh. Look, and I feel like, so with Courtney, I just have to take her in her TV world because that's where she shines. Obviously on Friends, I just adore her on that. And then you've got Holly Hunter, who I've absolutely had a crush on. She was my whole, actually, they were both my hall passes. Like when I'm making, my wife has her hall pass list, and I have, those two were easily both. It's like you looked at my hall pass, lady. They were both on there, and Holly I've just loved since Raising Arizona, and then of course, man, my gosh, Broadcast News. Oh, she was so good in that movie. Gosh, oh, you're killing me here. I guess I have to pick one. I don't know. Oh my gosh, this is literally probably, honestly, in all the things I will ever do, this is the tightest. One, because I can't really pick, but I'm gonna. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and pick Courtney Cox from, the Friends era, those 10 seasons. I was just so charmed by how Courtney made somebody as manic and OCD as Monica relatable and lovable. Look, whenever everybody's doing their favorite Friends, I think Monica's left off sometimes. Also, you never see Phoebe put on there. But I think when you watch their performances, they go a long way. So I will pick, you're breaking my heart, but for right now, Courtney Cox takes it. Maybe next week Holly Hunter wins, but girl, that was mean. That was very good. Very good. All right, Jared Leto versus the box office. Well, I'm going to pick the box office. Next. Dude, that was hilarious. Batman's Bale versus Affleck. All right, that's a good one. And I'll tell you why. I feel like Ben got hosed on his own Batman movie. That's the only thing that I think takes away from this battle here. But I'm going to say, okay, while I love all the Bale movies and him as Batman in them, it's the fact that they're Nolan Batman movies and he's good in them that I like those movies. If I'm picking a better Batman, it's Ben Affleck. Personally, I think Ben looks the part great. I think he fills out that suit like a beast, man. He looks like the Frank Miller Batman, like just stocky and thick and ready to go. And hands down, the warehouse scene, that fisticuff scene, like there's no scene in Nolan's Batman movies that compares to that. That fight scene is still the best Batman fight scene I've ever seen put on film. And that's why I miss the fact that we don't get a standalone Ben Affleck movie, because to get another one of those scenes would have been to die for, because that was chef's kiss. So because of that, showing that aspect of Batman, which that's what he is. That's that little, scrappy brawler that he is. I'm going to go with Affleck as Batman. Now, the Batman movies, I think you go with your Dark Knight is the best one. But as far as the Batman, I got to go with that. Didn't I do this one already last week? Bale versus Pattinson. See, that means this one's just too quick for me. It's Bale. Now I go back to Bale on this one because Pattinson is fine as Batman, but I think he also isn't great as Bruce Wayne. Whereas Bale, I feel is great as both because it is a hybrid character, and even so, even if I'm going just straight as Batman, Bale had 3 times to do something with it, and Affleck too. He had the 3 movies as well. So even though they weren't standalone, he did play the character multiple times. Pattinson, I'd have to see him play it a few more times to pick him. So in this battle royale of the Batmen, I will pick Christian Bale. All right, next up, we just got a soda battle. All right, here we go. A soda battle of Pepsi versus Coca-Cola. Look, here's the thing. Growing up, and just even in my young adulthood, I was always a Pepsi guy. I loved Pepsi. I know most people are Coke people, but I just sort of loved something that is maybe a little sweeter, or it wasn't as like harsh when you take that first swig. Like Coke can be really like, let's put it this way. Coca-Cola can eat the erosion off of a battery acid on your car. Pepsi, I don't think has that, skill set. So I've always leaned towards Pepsi. Now, however, in my fridge right now, I have 2 zeros. I have Coke Zero and Pepsi Zero in my fridge. So I do grab Coke products quite often. I like a Diet Coke, maybe better than Diet Pepsi, but a Pepsi versus Coke. Also, when I go to the cinema, they always have, because Regal is a Pepsi cinema, they have Pepsi Ices. Oh, and I get a large Pepsi Icy with every movie I go see. So because I go to the movies and Pepsis are with me at the movies, I got to go Pepsi. Oh, Pepsi. Look, I got Pepsi lover. Ooh, look at you guys, man. Subway versus Jersey Mike's. Look, Subway's good. It had its day, y'all. But Jersey Mike's comes in and mops the floor with these guys. Their sandwiches just seem, more loaded. They seem to be a little bit more... Not carefree, but it feels like they'll just load up the sandwich for you. Whereas I swear Subway, it's like, and then weigh it, a little too much peel off that piece of cheese. You know what I mean? It feels a little miserly over at Subway. Whereas I feel like Jersey Mike's is a little bit more like, and I'm going Australian again. G'day, mate. Cheers. Come on in. Let's make you a Subway sandwich. Yeah, get out of here with that. We're Jersey Mike's. Why do I got to do the accent? I don't know. But anyway, I think Jersey Mike's has much better sandwiches. So if I had a choice and the 2 stores were next to each other, I would pick Jersey Mike's. See, I know, buddy. I know Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Look, who's my Pepsi buds here? Oh, we got Pepsi here too. Look at this. Why not both? Again, there you go. Like I said, in my fridge, I have both. So there you go. Maybe they would share you. Oh, the girls. I mean, if I'm allowed to do on any of these, pick both, it's that one. Coke, Pepsi, screw it. Pepsi. Bale. Affleck. But that one, I would gladly take a twofer. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, my dear. Very good, very good. Michael versus Super Mario. I mean, that one's just hard to do because they're not out. I mean, they're 2 different movies. That's just me guessing which will do better, or which do I prefer to go see. I mean, if I'm doing that, okay. So here we have Michael versus Super Mario Galaxy, and since they haven't come out yet, it's got to be more about which one will I go see first, or do better. I think they're both going to hit the $1 billion club. And I think they'll be fairly close. I don't know if I don't think Michael's going to be, some people say, okay, it could hit the 2 billion. I don't think I think that's getting carried away. But for me, because I do love Super Mario, and I'm going to go see that, I'm kind of more interested to see how good Michael is. I feel like Mario is going to meet my expectations exactly what I want it to be. Just like the first one, I will have a good time. What I want to be victorious is I want the Michael movie to blow me away. So in this battle, I'm going to say Michael versus Super Mario Galaxy. I will pick Michael because of my hopes for it. All right, we are almost done, y'all. Here we go. Monica would be mad if you picked Holly. Yeah, she would. Remember how she reacted when Phoebe... I know! I know! There's my Monica for you. Yeah. So if you had to pick one friend, who would you pick? I don't know. Rachel. What? I mean, Rachel. I mean, you're you know? That's hard to watch, though. I get... Like, I laugh at that, but it also breaks my heart. Like, how quickly... she picked Rachel, Oh. All right. Spider-Man versus Hulk. All right, we'll do this one. So one last one. Oh, wait, I got to put it up so we can see it. All right, so this one is Spider-Man versus Hulk. There's been comic books of this quite often. There's Hulk versus everybody. Hulk versus Wolverine. Hulk versus Spider-Man. So is this just like a battle of who would win? I don't know. It's tough because if you're just going by the comic book characters, I feel like in the end, Spider-Man would just get tired and the Hulk could defeat him. As much as how nimble Spider-Man is, or his web shooters, I think the Hulk is one of the few that just snaps those. The webs don't really hold him like they do other criminals. He's the Hulk. He would just break those. So even Spider-Man's greatest weapon, which is his web shooters, aren't going to have any effect on the Hulk. You could maybe zap him in the face, and blind him for a second. But then what? You can't go punch him. He would just break his wrist. Like, he's too thick. You could trip him. Oh, he just gets right back up. So preference, if you're just saying preference, Spider-Man versus Hulk, my preference to win or my preference is Spider-Man. That is my favorite Marvel character. Hands down, he is the winner. If it's Spider-Man versing the Hulk in a fight, so I'm going to give you both perspectives here, then I think the Hulk does take that victory just because he's kind of unstoppable. Now, I would like to think the Hulk doesn't kill Spider-Man. He just kind of thump, knocks him out, and it's over. Yeah. There you go. I don't think the Hulk could catch Spider-Man. Oh, the Hulk could catch Spider-Man. Run, Spidey, run. I mean, there's that. Although the Hulk can jump really fast and really far. So, but Spider-Man does this. So if the Hulk just jumps, he's on a single trajectory path, right? He can't alter once he's in the air. Spider-Man can just left. Although that's my right, left. There you go. So yeah, Spidey could just irritate Hulk to the point where he gives up and leaves. I kind of like that. All right, y'all. I got to stop it there. Save these other ones for next time. But I appreciate them because I am coming up to the 9:30 mark. I got to get out of here because of this new job-a-roni. But yeah, we did it again, y'all. We made it to our mark. Probably went a little bit past the mark for me because I do have to vamoose. But you guys are amazing. Thanks for those great this versus that's. Once again, some good battles. I love the food-related stuff. That was a little out of the box. Very cool. But again, I'm just going to give one final thing to see if this program will let me roll in a video for you. I don't think so. Oh, it's freezing up on me. I could freeze up and lock up here, but we'll see what happens. All right, we're just going to go with this one. All right, y'all, this is for my cafe members. It'll be short, but this will be how we take us out. All right, until next time, catch you guys later. All right, Bob, hit it if you can. Cafe members for their support. And if you'd like to be a cafe member to help support the channel, please consider hitting that join button now.